NFL Week 4 Preview. Shedeur Sanders' confidence and Steelers' physicality under the microscope as the 2025 NFL season continues to unfold. Attention is drawn to two very different storylines in the AFC. The Cleveland Browns' young quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, and the Pittsburgh Steelers' struggles to maintain their traditional physical identity. Both teams are facing critical moments that could define their seasons, and the narratives surrounding them are impossible to ignore. Shedeur Sanders' confidence amid controversy. Rookie quarterbacks often face scrutiny, but few in NFL history have entered a season with as much spotlight as Shedeur Sanders, drafted in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. The young signal caller arrives with immense pedigree. He is the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders and a reputation that precedes him. While some view his lineage as an advantage, it also comes with a target on his back, from media and fans alike. Sanders has already made headlines for his candid comments about his readiness to play. In an interview with ESPN Cleveland, he stated, "I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that." His remarks, while simple, sparked a firestorm of reactions. Critics argued that Sanders was undermining his coaches, Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel. Supporters, however, saw it as a natural expression of confidence, a crucial quality for any quarterback. Aiming to lead in the NFL, veteran reporters and analysts have weighed in, noting that Sanders' statements were not a critique of his team but rather a reflection of a professional mindset. As Nick Pedone of ESPN tweeted, "What is the issue with a Browns quarterback showing some confidence? This team has struggled for years, and it's a nice change of pace to hear a young player show up and expect to play and to win." Indeed, Sanders' approach is a refreshing change for a franchise long plagued by inconsistency at the quarterback position. His willingness to speak openly to the media, even as the team navigates early season struggles, demonstrates maturity and preparedness. In a Browns locker room where every quarterback must be ready to play at a moment's notice, Sanders is positioning himself as a viable option when opportunity arises. The context: Cleveland's quarterback room Flacco, at 40, remains the starting quarterback, but his mobility and efficiency have declined. Dillon Gabriel, taken 2 rounds ahead of Sanders, has been thrust into some game action, leaving the rookie waiting patiently. Yet the NFL has a long history of injuries and mid-season adjustments. In a league where every backup must be prepared, Sanders' readiness could become crucial. This is not just about ego or bravado, it's about professional expectation. For Browns fans, Sanders' confidence should be seen as a positive sign. A quarterback who believes he can compete at the highest level, even from a third-string position, is better prepared when the moment finally comes. Jerome Bettis critiques Steelers' physicality. Across the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers are facing their own set of challenges. After 3 weeks of the 2025 season, concerns over the team's physicality have emerged. Legendary Hall of Fame running back Jerome Bettis recently commented on the matter, stating, "The Steelers believe in being physical. That's an area of concern right now. The Steelers haven't been the Steelers of old." Bettis' observations reflect the early struggles of both Pittsburgh's offense and defense. While Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers' offense looked sharp in Week 1 against the New York Jets, consistency has been an issue. Rodgers has yet to replicate that opening performance, struggling to connect with key playmakers like DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin III. On the defensive side, the unit has had flashes of excellence. Notably, in Week 3, against the New England Patriots, where they forced 5 fumbles, veteran defensive lineman Cam Hayward led the charge with 6 tackles, a sack, and a tipped pass. Yet overall, the team has not displayed the dominant physicality that has historically defined Steelers football. Week 4, the stakes. Against Minnesota this Sunday, the Steelers travel to Ireland to face the Minnesota Vikings, one of the league's hottest defensive units. Success will hinge on the offensive line, where Troy Fautanu and Broderick Jones are tasked with protecting Rodgers while establishing a more physical presence up front. The line's performance is critical. Minnesota's defense, fresh off dismantling the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 3, will test Pittsburgh's ability to protect their quarterback and control the line of scrimmage. Any lapse could result in turnovers or ineffective drives, underscoring the importance of Bettis' concerns about physicality. For Rodgers, now in his 21st NFL season, this game is another opportunity to demonstrate resilience. But the offensive line must rise to the occasion, providing the veteran signal caller with enough time to execute against one of the league's elite defenses. Parallels in confidence and preparation. While Sanders and the Steelers face vastly different scenarios, there is a thematic link: readiness and belief. For Sanders, it is about embracing the challenge of limited opportunity while staying mentally and physically prepared. For Pittsburgh, it is about recapturing the toughness and execution that made the franchise a perennial contender. In both cases, early season struggles are a test of leadership. Sanders' willingness to speak confidently to the media reflects his proactive mindset, a quality that could serve Cleveland well in the coming weeks. For the Steelers, acknowledging physical shortcomings is the first step toward course correction before the schedule intensifies. Fan perspective and the NFL narrative. For Browns fans, the lesson is clear: embrace Shedeur Sanders' confidence. A young quarterback expressing readiness and belief is not arrogance. It is a sign of maturity and professionalism. In a league where every QB must be prepared for sudden opportunities, such an attitude could be invaluable. For Steelers fans, Jerome Bettis's comments serve as both critique and rallying cry. The team must return to its roots, leveraging physicality and consistency to compete at a high level. Week 4 against Minnesota represents a crucial test of whether Pittsburgh can rediscover the identity that has historically defined the franchise as the NFL moves deeper into the season. Both narrative, Sanders' rise and the Steelers' quest for toughness, highlight the delicate balance between talent, preparation, and mindset. One young QB waiting for his chance, and one historic franchise fighting to regain its edge, illustrate the ongoing drama that makes the NFL compelling week after week. Key takeaways: Cleveland Browns' Shedeur Sanders shows confidence and readiness. Critical traits for any young QB: Flacco's age and performance may soon open opportunities for Sanders. Fans should view Sanders' statements as a positive sign of mental preparedness. Pittsburgh Steelers: physicality is a concern early in the 2025 season. Offensive line performance is crucial against Minnesota. Bettis' critique highlights the need to return to traditional Steelers identity. Offensive line will play a crucial role in Week 4 versus Vikings. Troy Furtanu and Broderick Jones will be tasked with vital roles on Sunday in Ireland. The offensive line as a whole will need to play at an elite level throughout the entire game, as the unit will be going up against a Vikings team that just dismantled the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 3. Jones has struggled to begin the year on the left side, but the promising lineman could quickly turn things around with a big performance on Sunday. Bettis' comments surrounding the physicality of the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers is not surprising. The team has had their fair share of struggles throughout the past 3 weeks on both sides of the ball, but a strong performance in Week 4 against Minnesota can change things very quickly. Rodgers and the rest of the Steelers' offensive will look to get off to a quick start, as Pittsburgh could play at a much more physical level moving forward.